Three friends, one amazing series of YA novels, an insatiable thirst to relive the glory that is K.A. Applegate's literary masterpiece. This is Animorphs, the Dork-Bajir Chronicles. TV series, episodes 7 and 8.
Hello, and welcome to the Dork-Bajir Chronicles, a Animorphs podcast where we read through the Animorphs series one book at a time, then talk about it every week. Today, however, we'll be talking about the Animorphs TV series. This is the last episode in the month of madness, if you've been following along. This entire month, we've been watching 2 episodes a week and talking about it instead of the books, because we're about to get into some pretty heavy shit in the books, and I wanted to take a breather, shall we say. So today, we're going to be talking about episodes 7 and 8, which I don't remember the names of the episodes, but episode 7 is the one where they do the oatmeal, and episode 8 is the one where Axe learns to be a family of human, or learns to be human, basically. My name is Mikhail, the host.
I'm Tessa, the expert.
I'm Brayden, and I don't like it when just the girls kiss in threesome porn.
I don't know what to say to that.
It just makes me feel lonely.
Like, they have each other. Why isn't one of them kissing me, right?
It's not me. I feel sad and lonely for the gentleman caller.
I think we just opened up a whole other can of worms that we have to go into later.
Yeah. Next
like
week's
in a
Live from the
therapist's
Gardens
office.
is just Brayden's sex life.
Yeah.
There will be no Life of the Gardens, but there will be a guest, as usual, for our TV episodes. Jared McClure, hello.
Hello. I have returned to watch more goddamn 90s awful Canadian television.
It's so
for anyone
good, though.
who hasn't listened to our other TV episodes,
Go listen to them.
Go listen to them, but you should also know, since you probably won't, since nobody fucking ever listens to instructions like that. Jared hasn't read the books and is watching. He has a brief relationship with the TV show, but is kind of essentially watching it for the 1.5th time, because you saw it a bit as a kid, right?
Yeah, I remember seeing the first 2 episodes of the My Name is Jake Part 1 and 2, because I saw them like when they premiered. Because I very distinctly remember that premiere date, because YTV went fucking ape shit over these goddamn shows. They were like, guys, you gotta watch this fucking Animorphs TV show. And then we watched it and we're like, oh god.
If you don't watch Animorphs, we'll fucking kill Sugar.
Sugar.
Please, don't let them kill me. Watch Animorphs.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
But yeah, and then I saw bits and pieces of it after the first 2. Never really, like, taking it in. I never, like, watched it religiously or anything. And then the most other contact I've had with anything Animorphs was this podcast.
Yep. Well, then you've been peppering me for, like, other questions that I can't reveal on the podcast because Brayden hasn't gotten there yet.
But I know all.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, yeah, and we never say this because Brayden went off the rails basically in the first episode. Brayden hasn't read any of the books except for this show.
Yeah.
Did we ever say that?
I don't know. I mean, that's why he's the newbie.
Yeah, you definitely did.
That's why he's the newbie, is because he's never said them. We better have
I
said
went
that.
off the rails. What?
Well, because you never actually said, and I'm Brayden the newbie. I don't think you've even said that one time.
Oh, that's true. He never
Holy
calls himself the newbie.
Anyways, it doesn't matter.
Wow.
But yeah, that's me. Let's dive right into this shit.
Let's dive right into this shit. So this is episode 7.
Desperate to be loved.
Episode 7 of the TV show follows the plot of book 17, but it's called The Escape, which makes me angry because The Escape is a very good shark book by our boy Marco.
The what?
Yeah, this episode of the TV show is called The Escape.
What's that word you're saying?
Escape?
Escape?
Escape!
Okay, you know how jaguars and leopards sometimes escape zoos? It's just like
Come
that.
on. Have some fun.
Jared. I'm so sorry.
I don't know what's happening. I'm very lost and confused.
You haven't caught up to the podcast. Oh, I'm so disappointed.
I know.
So in this one, Marco and Rachel are sitting in a diner drinking milkshakes with Axe, who has never done one before. So he tries to slurp up the milkshake through his spoon, and Marco rolls his eyes and thinks it's probably cute because he flirts with Axe a little bit. And then Axe just like shovels milkshake in with his spoon and then with his hands. And they're like,
Axe is a sick fuck.
whatever, Axe, you're just being weird. But then they look over, and there's this guy just sobbing while sitting at the bar and, like, eating his eggs. And he asks the lady
No, he's
at
not
the
eating
front.
eggs.
No, he's not
Well,
eating eggs.
he's eating something, but then he
eating his
asks
oatmeal.
He asks the lady at the front if do you have oatmeal, the maple and ginger kind? And I'm like, oh, so this is the episode, and I tell Jared that this is based on book 17, where Yerks find out that they can live without Kandrona rays. This is so the man goes crazy. The police capture him. He gets locked up in a hospital. Rachel comes to the barn and has like exposition dump. My mom's law firm is covering for this guy because his family says he's crazy because he's talking about a yerk in his brain.
Yeah.
So
Wait, you kind of skipped over the best part of the whole restaurant scene, which is like Axe drinking a milkshake, and it's like first he uses the
I said
straw, I think,
this!
and then he uses the spoon.
And then he uses his hands. I said this.
She did say that.
First thing.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Mikhail,
into Brandon.
that's a real Tessa. You just pulled on Tessa there.
Yeah. The only difference, Brayden, though, is that I should have said it like this. You missed the part where
Holy shit! Oh my God!
wonderful.
That was just cruel!
I just came out to have a good time, and I'm honestly feeling so attacked right now.
You are being attacked! Holy shit!
Okay,
Mikhail,
can I say?
off the chain!
I want to say two things. One, I have never identified with a character more than the man who just wants his oatmeal. Because we've all sat at a diner crying for more oatmeal, and the lady just won't give us more oatmeal. But then he stands up and like dry humps their table for a minute.
Oh yeah, he goes to other people's tables and dry humps.
It's like, do you have
and he's
any
just
oatmeal?
like shrieking about oatmeal. So these two police officers come take him away. Their harebrained idea is that Marco and Rachel and Tobias as a hawk are going to sneak into the hospital, which Marco and Rachel dress up in hospital gowns and they put the little masks up so that no one can see their faces. Instead of, just morphing roaches or something to sneak through. So they go into Mr. Edelman's room and he's like, aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper? You guys look like kids. And then they ask him and they get the whole story about how, okay.
Everything we already know.
At this point, we don't know as the audience, but I tell Jared about, this is book 17, where Yerks don't have to get Kandrona rays anymore. They just eat instant maple and ginger oatmeal, and they're fine. But it turns the Yerk crazy and no longer has to have Kandrona rays, and it actually makes the Yerk fuse to the brain a little bit, so the Yerk will never leave the human host body again. Mm-hmm. And Jared is like, you fucking with me?
I still think that you guys are all just fucking with me at some point.
We have the books.
At the end of this one, you could be like, I can't believe he actually thought they were, they are succumbed to oatmeal.
But
no.
just the instant maple and ginger kind.
Michael Grant, you listen to this podcast. What the fuck is up with this oatmeal? Did you just have like a solid week? You and your wife had a solid week where it's just like, how fucking good is oatmeal?
I also didn't mean to mislead you, Jared. He does not listen to this.
I don't care. He's going to listen to it now.
I hope he retweets this and says, yes, I do.
Oh my God. What a Trent move.
Maybe he's that one dude in California who listens to my podcast.
Yeah. So now that you're starring on our podcast, he's going to listen to us.
Oh, I guess these guys are good too.
So,
Animorphs, didn't I write that?
I don't know, it's really high off of oatmeal for the whole 90s.
Yeah, I like to think, like I said, him and his wife just had a week where they're like, oatmeal's fucking great. The Yerks would go nuts over oatmeal.
Yeah.
They made up an oatmeal that doesn't exist in real life, though.
Yeah.
That's
Because in
how
the books,
good it is.
it's instant maple and ginger oatmeal, which when you really think about it, it sounds like a real thing. But if you think about it, it's like, that would not be real.
That sounds real damn good.
That's just a pile of
it doesn't.
sweet flavors.
Real good.
ginger is like not acidic, but it has like that weird stinging taste to it.
You
It'd be
mean
awful.
Spice? Do you mean it's spicy, Mikhail?
It's not spicy.
Do you mean
Ginger's
it
not
has
spicy.
a spicy taste?
Ginger's just delicious.
Ginger's spicy. What the fuck are you guys talking about? Anyway.
Have you even tasted spice, Tessa? Because I'm pretty sure the answer to that is no.
Okay, last year at a barbecue, I had fresh cracked black pepper on some mushrooms. It was pretty hot. Anyway.
Brayden,
Spiciest thing she's ever eaten was an apple.
she's basically the evil Knievel of our group.
I have seen Tessa just whip out a fucking knife and immediately began cutting her nails with it. And some dudes tried to get in her face. And they were like, yo, you gonna fucking use that piece? And she was like, no, sorry. And put it away politely.
What the? Is that something even Knievel did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
What?
got it from me.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Fun
I don't
fact,
understand.
I'm actually related to Evil Knievel by marriage.
I love that story.
Yeah.
You're getting really... The institution of marriage is not a joke.
Guys, if you're listening to this, send help.
She's hallucinating.
Is she seizing?
Oh, she's dying. You've officially goddamn killed her.
Because I'm related to Evil Knievel through like 2 marriages?
Fun fact! I'm related to Evil Knievel. That's like
That is a fun fact.
That's like being related to Bugs Bunny. Oh my god, what the fuck?
I mean, I'm having a good time. I don't know about you guys.
I'm having a great time.
Anyway, this whole plot. Let's get back on track. So Tobias, outside of the hospital, tells them, hey guys, bad guys are coming to the hospital, like into your room. So they duck into the bathroom, I guess, that also connects to the outside hallway. They take off their masks and they listen in. Rachel cracks the door a little bit. The bad guy Yerks have somehow pulled a partition without anyone noticing around the bed. Like, just silently, because there was no camera shots about it. And then with big tweezers, they open up a thermos, dun dun, and pull something out. So this Edelman gets yerked in the head once again, and he's screaming, no, no, please, no. But they do it anyway, because they're bad guys. And then Rachel and Marco leave their little bathroom into the hallway with their masks still off. And they're like, oh man, that was fucked up. And then the bad guys come out of the door right in front of them, and Marco almost runs into them. So they quick about face turn, walk away, put their masks on hurriedly, and leave. So then we cut back to Soup Man.
Might I add, Marco doesn't put his mask on. He just like goes to put it on, but fucks it up, and it just flops down. He's like, keep walking, keep walking, keep walking.
Yeah, because he's like, my face is my brand.
He needs... Do you see that little, like, slightly puckered sneer he's always got on? That's in his portfolio, dog.
They had him hide his hair with the hair thing.
And it was my favorite part of Marco ever.
Yeah. Quick note, is that... In the opening credits, Marco's got on like a slick leather jacket and he looks like a fucking hitman and his hair is like slicked back. Is that the about face that he does in the heel turn in like it's in book 8 in the books, but in like episode 9 or whatever, is he gonna do his like his glow up, I think is what the RuPauls call it?
I have no idea. I'm hoping so. I want him to lose that judge wig haircut. But anyway, after the hospital, we cut to it's Soup Man's beautiful little shop. His setup again. The Soup Man scientist that Visser 3 completely wrecked shit. He's there in his Andalite morph because Soup Man scientist gets way too excited about that human morph. But they have Dork-Bajir with the deflated neck.
The look on the soup scientist's face is like, get ready to be impressed.
and then they say, yes, we've successfully de-yerked this Dork-Bajir. And then they lead him into a doorway where a bunch of lasers shoot him and then disintegrate the Dork-Bajir. And they're talking about the Gleet biofilters, which in the books...
Wait, what the fuck are these things called?
They're not actually called that.
In the books, they're called Gleep biofilters, which, as the kids, like, go through McDonald's to try and get to the Yerk pool as flies, they're following a controller, the Gleep biofilter scans and sees that there's some non-approved life forms, the flies, and like, starts to say, initiating response. Axe recognizes what Gleep biofilters are and screams at them to get out. But in the book, or in the TV show, they all just go to Tom's Burgers.
Which is like, why didn't they pick
a different
name of a character that's not already in the fucking show? Like,
okay, not gonna lie, I didn't put that together until, like, right then. I was like, oh shit, right, there's a character called Tom.
Who's like a really big
weird.
deal. He's not just some Trent guy.
Oh, but they go to Tom's Burgers and they have, Jake and Marco have a conversation
with this whipping camera back and forth as they're stealing a fry from each other. And it's, like, really out of place from the way the rest of the show is shot.
And they're basically, like, telling everything I'm thinking. They're like, wow, isn't it really dumb that oatmeal's our secret weapon?
Yep.
I'm like, yeah, it's really fucking stupid. Why are you... How is this at all a question?
But they figure out the secret to get to the Yerk pool in Tom's Burgers is to order a cheeseburger with no cheese. Or hold the cheese. Both phrases work just fine.
That cheese.
Yep. When I worked at Burger King when I was younger, like a teenager, I worked Saturdays, and there was always someone who came in around supper time and ordered two cheeseburgers with no cheese. And I asked Melissa, the girl who worked at the front, next time, just ask him why he doesn't get a burger. And he was convinced, I guess, that the cheeseburgers were made differently, but he didn't like cheese.
There's a girl that Brayden and I knew in college who would get cheeseburgers from McDonald's and then scrape the cheese off.
You know the one.
She liked the cheese taste, but she didn't like the cheese.
Mikhail, you know the one.
Yeah.
Is it Brooke?
Put that together and see if that makes sense.
Not Brooke.
You gotta bleep all those names.
What's the name of it? Is it Brooke?
No,
it's not
Brooke
Brooke.
is a good one. Anyway, so they sneak into the back entrance so this guy gives them like a 5-minute monologue before they can even order.
I fucking hate this guy. I hate Jim. I know, because I hate his guts. Hi, my name's Jim. Welcome to Tom's Burgers. Can I take your order? I'm here to serve you.
No,
here at Tom's Burgers.
Here at Tom's Burgers, home of the great big Tom Burger or the even smaller Tommy Tom Burger. My name is Jim, and I'm gonna serve you today here at Tom's Burgers. What can I get for you?
Hi, Jim. I want to murder you.
I want you to die.
I want you to die right in front of me, and I want to watch.
So they walk into the back. Rachel gets laser beamed. Like, she's stuck in front of the laser beams, and all the other kids are stuck behind her as an alarm is going off. And Jim just ignores the customers at his till and runs to the back, because literally nobody else works at Tom's Burgers, I guess. But at that point, all the kids have speed morphed into roaches and have gotten away.
Maybe none of the other people who work at Tom's Burgers are controllers.
Oh my god! Well,
and they're just like,
it's just Jim.
They're like, well, why are people going back there? And they're
Jim,
like, I don't
stop
give a
letting
shit.
people into the broom closet.
They're just like, I don't give a fuck why people are going in the
manager
back.
who's just like stoned in the office, just trying to get by. So they figure out they can't just walk into the Yerk pool and pretend to be human controllers like they did last time. So they talk about digging, and for way too long, you don't know what has happened. There's just a hole in the ground that goes straight down. It's not very big. And then a cute little ferret face pops out. And Rachel has dug as a ferret straight down into the Yerk pool, I guess. So all the kids go down with water. You see them as humans with water balloons. And it's like, how did you get those water balloons down the hole? And then Tobias is just there, perched. And it's like, how the fuck did Tobias get down this tiny hole? And then they're sneaking. They're sneaking with their water balloons to throw the water balloons, presumably full of oatmeal,
they're like,
in the Yerk
if we
pool.
act normal, they'll just think we're regular controllers with water balloons.
Holding water balloons behind them, and then Tobias freaks out and goes, caw-caw, caw-caw, caw-caw. A Dork-Bajir gives him the finger, some guys shoot their flashlight laser beams at him, and then this doll falls to the ground in a crumpled heap. Rachel screams, "No!" and runs forward and gets laser beamed and slow-mo terrible falls into the Yerk pool. So Kevin Spacey, Visser 3, crouches down and was like, "It's too late, Andalites. You're captured now." But Rachel thought speaks to everyone that she's fine, and then suddenly she's a lion. And she, is out of the Yerk pool and leaps, and Visser 3 falls into the Yerk pool, and then all the kids throw their balloons into the Yerk pool. Before this, Axe tries to reason with Visser 3 with Thoughtspeak and be like, "Let us go. We have oatmeal. We'll oatmeal you up if you don't let us go." And Visser 3 is like, "This is only 1,000 Yerks here. I would kill them all for a chance to capture you guys." And he swings around in circles, laughing maniacally.
Oh,
it's a good moment.
It's a moment.
But they run away. Rachel picks up Tobias, the dead Tobias on the ground who hasn't said anything yet, and then a bunch of ferrets pop out of this tiny ass hole. Which still, how the hell did they get a big hawk through this tiny hole? And then the episode is over. We don't know if Tobias is alive or not.
He's not.
At this point,
really.
I don't even care.
Also, this episode had a different intro where Jake did a voiceover in the beginning, and you don't get to hear the great music. It makes me so sad.
Can I say, when they're in there and the guys are shining their flashlights on everybody, there's these two dudes who do this John Woo jump.
They jump for no reason while they're shooting.
Cross over
they do
each
it
other.
Twice.
It's fucking wonderful.
I'm rewatching also the part where, the John Woo thing makes no sense, but also the flashlight thing where they're it's so fucking clear that they're just hitting the switch on the top of a flashlight to turn it on and off.
And then they just launch a bunch of sparks. And they're like, yep. this is our weapons.
Oh, and then Cassie is running away, and she's not even behind any cover. She's just somehow on the catwalk. But somehow all of these guys are missing her and sparking up the railings of the catwalk as she does her little turn.
I'm watching Tobias fall from the roof from his perch, and I love it.
It's pretty great.
It's very clearly a hawk at this point. And then I think
it's just a dead hawk that they found as roadkill.
And then
all right, props department, what you got? We found this roadkill.
And
Does
then
it work?
I think Jake runs up to him and holds him, and it honestly looks like he's holding a dead hawk.
Jake runs up and picks up Tobias, and this Dork-Bajir very slowly staggers forward and gently caresses his face. And then Marco throws blue goo at the Dork-Bajir, and Jake runs away.
And,
these aliens aren't even
the
scary.
Dork-Bajir holds his claws right beside his face. I just want to be hi Jake. I was the Dork-Bajir at the power plant. And I was really hoping that you'd come back.
Yeah.
I'm so happy you're here.
I posted a missed connections, and you never replied to my email.
I want to put my nasty fingies in your ears.
Oh no!
You want to?
I want to put my polyps deep in your brain matter.
I regret this. I regret starting this. I regret it all so much.
You started this bit.
I started it. It's all my fault. I'm sorry.
All right, so that was episode 7, and it was terrible.
The last, I'm just going to add on to that because he can't talk. Because it would just be he'd be leaning in and be like,
oh yeah, he'd be going.
I don't understand what that sound is supposed to be.
It's just orgasm. It's just they're constantly orgasming.
No.
All right, Brayden, take it away with episode 8.
Okay, well, I'm going to keep this one short and simple. This one follows the events of... I think there's a couple of mixed up Axe books in this one.
No, it's just book 8.
It follows the events of book 8, starting in the movie theater, when Axe goes a shit over theater food, popcorn, all that nastiness. He tries to eat the cardboard box. They talk a bit about family. It's him, Marco, and Jake. They're all hanging out, just dude broing about. And when Axe starts hanging out with them, because Jake is like, hey, Marco, Axe is obviously very, very lonely, and we need to make that not happen. We learn a bit about Marco this episode, like, yo, this is my mom, and she dead, which we kind of already knew, but now it's like, it's been said again, so now we know it's important that she's dead. And,
it's not just an excuse for him to feel like an outsider because his mom's dead?
Yes.
Yeah.
And at this point, we come to the realization, Axe realizes, that he could use, Marco's dad talks about his job a little bit, and he realizes, I could use Marco's dad's thingamajiggers, his devices, to, like, win, to call home.
We
ET phone home.
We also find out that Axe, as a human morph, is the strongest white dude ever because he eats chili with the hottest pepper, the habanero pepper, in it.
That was like I was saying that was like the hottest pepper like 20 some odd years ago.
Which is when the TV show came out, so that makes
So
sense.
I'm like, yeah, that kind of makes it.
But there's like peppers that are 8 times hotter now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man.
Also, we get to see Marco's dad's computer, which is pretty awesome. It's like a laptop, but like as like I don't know how to even describe how shitty it looks.
Can I say when Marco's dad feeds Axe the chili, he's like, oh come on, and he like forces the chili on him. He's like, he makes this fucking face, and then he's like,
This is magnificent food!
and then eats the entire fucking pot, like scraping it clean. He
It
goes
wasn't
to
the pot
lick
because Marco's dad put the chili from the pot into another serving bowl.
Yeah.
the
For
entire
some weird
serving bowl,
reason.
and like he's going to lick it, and Marco's like, all right, chill the fuck out. Well,
So then, they look at the laptop, and then Marco's dad is like, all right, me buddy, everybody, let's do thirds. And then Axe pieces out, and Marco and Jake just leave.
Yeah.
So Marco's dad comes back out of the kitchen with all of his bowls of chili, and he's so sad, because he's all alone.
I felt so bad. I'm like, the fucking dude's wife just died. Like, he's going through enough shit. You could at least be like, hey, sorry, Dad, we gotta bounce.
At this point, Marco and Jake figure out where Axe is going, and they follow him there, and he started like rigging up Marco's dad's science equipment to send a message to the Andalite homeworld. And he actually ends up ringing up his own father in the TV version, who quickly lets him know, you ain't shit. Your brother was shit, but you ain't. So make something of your life and kill Visor 3. And he's like, yeah, of course, Dad. But it's a very interesting choice in this version that Axe actively makes the decision to tell his father that Elfangor didn't give them the morphing technology and that he did.
Yeah, whereas in the books, he's like coached into it, but because he doesn't contact his dad in the books. In the books, he ends up talking to like some general or something who says, no, Aximili, Elfangor was a war prince. He never gave them the morphing technology.
Exactly.
So who did? And Axe is like, oh fuck, I fucked up.
It was me! I'm Reek!
I'm the bad boy!
Oh, God.
I gave them the powers. I'm so bad.
I put the cube in their hands and they did it!
Okay. God, Tessa!
Hey, Brayden!
Tessa! God damn
Brayden!
it!
God damn it!
Thank you, Jared, because that is what I feel like all the time.
You bring out the worst in me, but I love you.
Oh, God, I wish I could say the same. I love you, but I don't love me. So, they show up, and they're like, yo, Axe, what are you doing, man? And he's like, I'm just calling home. I can't say anything else. And they're like, oh, is this alien shit? And he's like, yes, you must have watched a lot of movies about aliens. And they're like, yeah, it's kind of a thing on this planet. Tropes. There's a website about them. The Yeerks end up finding them.
Oh, because Visser 3 in human morph is just chilling with his eyes bugged out and his mouth open.
Eating a chip.
Holding a chip.
I
thought it was like, or a piece of white bread.
Yeah, Is it a chip or is it like a popcorn ball or something?
He's just chilling. Oh, he's gotta be. There's no reason why he would be in human morph so often.
Because you gotta think that he's just as obsessed with taste as Axe is.
With his eyes bugged out.
I'm looking at it now, but I still don't know
Why was
what
he
it
like
is.
staring
It's
at
some
it?
kind
though?
of
That's the
weird
part.
food.
It's
God,
it's
it's
white and it's
indiscernible.
small and it's weird.
And he looks at it for several seconds before putting it in his mouth.
And then a crime occurs. A war crime. We arrive at our moment when the Axe and Visor 3 are facing down each other, and they are surrounded by men with flashlight laser guns. This is it. This is everything that Mikhail and I alone, on our own, for that 30 beautiful minutes talked about. I wanted that dank, I wanted that
booty dagger fight.
I wanted that booty dagger to fight each other. And Visor 3 is into it. He's like, stand back, boys. Daddy's taking the reins. Rolls up his sleeves, turns into an Andalite, and they just smash the puppets against each other, barely wiggling the arms. Every once in a while you see the shadows, and the tails don't even get involved. No. They're bladed tails. They're scorpions.
Holy shit.
Also, if you like watch throughout the TV series, when they show an Andalite, 99.9% of the time they don't show the horse part. And like if you watch certain parts where Axe is like running out of the factory in this episode, even in like here where he's running out of the observatory, it's so insanely clear that they didn't even make a back end of his fucking costume. Yeah, like there's parts where the camera shows his waist and there's no horse part to it.
No,
it's just the torso. Unless he has a very long snake torso.
I know, they were just like, do you know how fucking expensive it is to rent a horse?
And we did
and
it
paint
twice
it blue.
in 2 episodes.
Yeah, a couple people went to jail for that actually, so that's not going to happen again.
It was lead-based paint and both those horses died.
That's why everyone was so mad in book 14 when the kids pretended that Axe was their horse at the racetrack, and then all of the jockeys were just like, "Fuck! They painted a horse blue. Watch out for these evil kids."
Oh, I thought it was gonna be some sort of like anti-doping book.
No.
Don't dope horses, kid.
No, don't paint your horses blue.
Don't dope horses, just dope Neil.
Oh, God.
And then the episode ends. Axe explains, like, I'm sorry, there's a lot of space shit I can't tell you. And they're like, if you don't tell us the space shit, we'll fucking die. And then,
So he tells them about Ciro's kindness.
yeah.
And they're like, it's not a big deal.
And about how it's not a big deal, and about how the Andalites gave the Yeerks flying tech. And they're like, Axe, that's not even... God damn it.
Marco says his good line that he has in the book where it's like, you just trusted the wrong guy and it broke bad. Or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, holy shit. Is this going into Breaking Bad? Is this a prequel to Breaking Bad?
I wish.
Is one
They're all
is one of
in
these
Walter White's
is
class.
Marco Jesse?
Not pale enough.
Not crackheady enough.
I mean,
Axe might
he's
be.
more crackheady than Jesse is.
Fair enough. Look at that hair. You have to be on some sort of meth in order to have a haircut
Sweat.
like that.
And so then the 3 boys walk out of the woods and they walk through this crowd of like Canada geese for some reason, and Axe is just like, in his voiceover, is just like, the humans are my family now.
I had a family. Now I have friends.
I am kind of like human now.
I'm like, well, yeah, those are statements, I guess. But I
Okay.
don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I had family. I have friends.
I suppose I am a war fighter now. I love how in the books he like acts as like this warrior poet. he he loves poetry and has all these struggles, and then in TV show there's none of that.
I don't think he's a warrior poet in the books.
He deliberately says, like, I have to be a warrior poet. That's my job as an Andalite soldier.
But then he's like later, he's like, oh yeah, like, remember that time that I wasn't paying attention because I was thinking about fucking playing soccer later? Yeah, he does actually literally say that.
You can be a warrior poet and also be a jock. He's also busy thinking about girls, and that's why he doesn't pay attention in school. But Axe in the TV show is a fucking idiot who sees an alien on a TV screen, gets homesick, and starts growing eye stalks in the middle of everywhere.
That's true, and in the books he does actually straight up completely demorph in the middle of the mall.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't think he fully demorphs in book 5. I think he only partially demorphs.
Axe is just this dumb jughead of the group.
Hey, Jughead is beautiful and smart in the comics.
Yeah. In the show, he's just Cole Sprouse.
There's only one thing that really needs to be talked about beyond what we've already talked about, and that's the only thing that's ever mattered, which is the fact that Marco and Rachel went out on a date.
With Axe.
Well, Axe is like a pet at this point.
Axe just, like, accidentally showed up.
So, Jared, I need you to weigh in on this as someone who's only seen the TV show up to this point.
Okay. Continue.
Axe showed up while Marco was in the bathroom.
Nothing you guys say matters right now. The only thing that matters is what I'm about to say. Rachel, clearly they're setting up a love interest with her and Tobias, right?
I would say so because... particularly one shot when the waitress brings them the milkshakes.
Wait, you said Tobias.
I said Tobias.
You said Tobias. Oh, I got all fucked up.
Bird Boy.
Okay.
Way back when, the beginning of this month, we had that episode where her little sister took a photo of them.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Now, wouldn't you say, after watching them do the hospital heist and listening to them like jab each other about like their quirks and mannerisms, that Marco and Rachel are a much better fit?
Come on, baby.
Better fit?
Your answer means everything to me, so answer correctly.
No, this isn't fair. Don't listen to
better
Tessa.
Fit? Yeah, I'd say that. That's a... I would say because that is a more realistic relationship.
Thank you.
Yes.
Than her trying to bone a bird.
They're fighting slugs. Nothing about this is realistic.
There's nothing about Tobias, even as a human, that made any sense for Rachel. Like, oh, he's like never talks about his feelings and is a hurt orphan. It's like,
well, that's why he was broken, and she was like, I can fix him.
Thank you. I didn't tell you two. Heard him fucking say that. This has been my theory the whole time, is that the only reason Rachel likes Tobias is because she wants to fix him, which is that's a codependent relationship if I ever heard of it.
That's true.
I've been there for that.
Jared, you've graduated from friend of the show to Tessa's replacement on the show.
Shit, I have to read so many books.
Yeah,
like
I'm not helping
now.
you. I'm not helping you anymore with the lore. We're about to jump into an arc, and you will be so lost, my friend. Oh, good luck. Good luck. There's about to be some stuff that goes down, my friend.
You're the newbie now.
I'm spitting all over you, and I don't care.
That's how it works, actually. We knock down the person at the top, and we shove someone down into the bottom.
Mikhail, you're now the expert. Good luck.
You know what? This is actually episode 49. So every 50 episodes, we have to get a new person at the top. I'm the host. I don't count as a person.
It's true. You are a plot device.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't count as a person.
I'm the non-diegetic narrator's voice.
You're Jake's hand shot video at the beginning of every episode.
Yeah, like I just look into this shitty shaky camera and I'm like, hello, welcome to the Dork-Bajir Chronicles.
And you really can't believe it. You can never actually believe it.
Yeah.
And your brother Tom is a slug.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Fuck. Fuck Tom. I'm sick of Tom.
And his burgers.
And his fucking burgers.
Fuck
And
those
Jim
burgers.
and his fucking burgers.
You guys have anything else to say about these 2 episodes?
I do like my OTP alert is Cassie and Jake and the love that they have for each other and for jean jackets.
All right.
Because they're both always wearing jean jackets.
Oh yeah, that's true. Because like I was saying when we were watching, like that's just 90s. Everything was jean.
Yeah,
the
hell yeah.
world was jean.
The better
You should
world.
wear a jean jacket, babe.
No.
Well then, you can't take over my part on the podcast.
I don't think they make jean jackets that are 7 feet tall and 4 feet
And
wide.
4 feet wide.
We'll just cut some Levi's apart. And
If you
staple
try
them
to
together.
buy one, they just give you a gun and say, you know what to do.
That's why I only wear loincloths.
That's why I like you so much.
I'm painting a picture with words because most people who are listening to this have no clue what I look like.
And they never will.
And they
'cause
never
we're
will.
completely anonymous.
So check
Yeah.
out our Twitter for some nudes of Jared. Those will be up right away.
No, they're not up. You have to buy the calendar.
Actually, you have to
We've
be
got our-
you have to be a
We've
top
got our
tier
Men of
Patreon.
Fanimorphs.
Yes.
We've got a Men of Fanimorphs calendar.
This is
the
the
Patreon perk.
Yeah, this is the top tier Patreon.
Yeah.
It's $450 a month.
Oh my god, you know how much money I would give to a podcast if the top tier was like, you have access to our NSFW social accounts where it's just like all nudes all the time.
I think we've just found the next direction there we're going with Collective Legacy, guys.
I think
My
this is it.
nudes account is exclusively closer and closer shots of my urethra, and someday you're gonna get to see inside it, boys.
Oh, God.
I got it marked on my calendar. I've extrapolated
You're gonna
it
hit the-
using an algorithmic equation so that I can guess the closest day.
Nerd.
You and me, buddy, we're gonna hit the 3-hole.
Oh.
Whereas we keep talking about cloacas on Live from the Garden, so I've just made myself a cloaca.
Like you've turned your entire body into a cloaca?
No, like you just cut the slits down there and you only got one hole.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, God.
Sexy.
I actually got shivers down my spine.
Yeah. I wasn't ready for that.
That was no acting, kids.
That's
That was-
female circumcision, right?
No, female circumcision is when you chop off the clit.
Also, if it's a woman, is it smell the queef acting?
I hate everything.
Oh,
Queef
Mikhail.
is not even like
What?
smelly like a fart is, though, so it would still be smell the fart.
I think it depends on the person.
Because women still have
person,
butts.
yeah, fair enough.
Mikhail.
Women don't have butts. Shut up.
Jared, we need to have a conversation.
Oh, god damn it.
Oh, fuck me. Yeah, I want to talk about Jim. Fuck Jim. That dude greets every person at Tom's Burgers with a 4-minute speech.
Yeah.
When I go into Burger King, they're like, it's Burger King. You want a burger? Here, get out.
That's like a waiter who's like says all the specials when you see them, and it's like, my dude.
I'm going to get the same thing I get every time.
Exactly,
Yep.
yeah.
I don't want, like, I know you're pushing a fish special because your fish is about to go bad, so no. Give me my chicken fingers and get out of my face.
Sometimes I'll ask them for the soup of the day just to watch them fucking struggle.
Whenever I order
fuck, what
chicken
soup?
McNuggets, I say chicken with air quotes just to see if they say anything. They never do.
They never do.
You can get it across verbally. Chicken nugget.
Chicken. You know?
Wink.
Yeah, so fuck Jim. I hate Jim more than I hate any other controller.
That's true.
Not even because he's a controller. Because he's just shitty.
The real hero of both of these, and frankly every episode we've seen so far, is that chip or whatever that Trent was holding.
That Mr. 3 is like about to eat
Yeah,
that
like,
he stares at for
What could
10
fascinate
hours.
Visser 3 so much that he would like...
How do they
zone
fit
out?
so much dill pickle flavor onto one small piece of potato?
It's like, I popped, and then I did stop.
I didn't want to, but I must.
Oh, fuck.
They turned a simple piece of corn into this light, airy pillow.
Maybe there's more to humans than I previously thought.
We must bring all the Yerks here. Oh, fuck.
Well, I'm dry.
I think
That's
that,
it. That's it. That's all.
I think that about covers these ones.
Thanks for joining us on this May Madness escapade. If you have completely skipped all of these episodes and are just waiting until we get into the next arc, I don't blame you.
I do.
Yeah. Come on.
I'm on these ones.
That's true.
Don't skip these. I'm great.
And the nice part is, like,
You're the only good part.
there's a lot more coming. So we're going to have more. I don't know if it'll be an entire month or if it'll just be like chunks here and there. We will also, for those who care, once we're done the TV show, we'll do like a big wrap up where we have
big
one
TV
episode
show wrap
just
up.
for the wrap up.
But all of the lore.
We'll do it live from Madison Square Gardens.
Yeah.
It'll be
definitely.
lovely.
I think so. I mean, that's not hard to get, right?
No, not at
You're
all.
so cute. Oh my god.
So, Brayden, now's your chance. We have a bit of time.
Yeah.
The next book is Animorphs number 20, The Discovery, which is what we're going to talk about next week. So now, after an entire month of edging, I guess, what are your predictions for that book?
Is that all I am to you, Michaela? Edging?
And then I get Brayden to finish me off.
All over my beard. All right. Okay. Animorphs number 20. Get ready. There's a brand new Animorph. The Discovery. Gosh, I'm going out on a limb here. I'm gonna say they discover the morphing cube, and someone else gets the morphing powers. I assume it's this David I've been hearing about.
To be clear, when you said get ready, there's a brand new Animorph, that is the subtitle on this book.
Oh,
That is
yes,
the tagline
yes.
on this book.
Because you said that, and I didn't know that, and I was like, wow, that was a really lucid comment until I realized you were just
Yeah.
reading the book cover.
Also, okay, but Marco is morphing into a snake. How does that figure into your own twisted, skewed sense of humor, Brayden?
Marco morphing into a snake. Actually, that's just him unzipping his trowel.
Also, he's in like the coolest fucking pose on the entire
Fuck.
planet.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, we got
Oh,
He's got his hands in his pockets and he's wearing a smirk. That's that Marco that we know and love.
The snake must be the easiest one to like
don't pretend.
to Photoshop.
Don't pretend you know how deep our love goes for Marco.
It's not just any snake, it's a cobra.
Oh man, is this supposed to be Marco?
Yep,
Yep.
Oh god.
that's
Hey,
his model.
this is the real Marco. Your Marco is the fake.
Your Marco is the lesser.
This one actually looks like he's 12.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, this dude is this dude's younger than 12.
He's like 9. He looks like you if you shaved the beard.
Oh god, he would.
So, like I said, next week we'll be talking about Animorphs number 20, and we'll be back after that with our regular Live from the Gardens. It's been a while since I've researched some animal facts, so I'm glad to get back into it. Jared, since we have you at least one more time, where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me at collectivelegacy.org. I run the Two Nerds in a Basement podcast, where every other week, me and another nerd watch one of the over 70 movies put out by Marvel or DC Comics for the last 50 years and talk about them for far too long. Everybody on this podcast has been on mine, so feel free to listen to those episodes. Like I said, collectivelegacy.org. Find us on Spotify, iTunes, anywhere fine podcasts are distributed. You can probably find me there, as well as on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. Two Nerds in a Basement across the board.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
And then us, we've got Phantomorph stuff on collectivelegacy.org, and we've also got Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Tumblr. We make the Animorphs memes that you will grow to love if I
Yes.
have anything to say about it.
Oh god, yes. We will force you.
You have to agree with them or else you're not allowed to listen to the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's echo chambers all the way down here.
Except that one where Mikhail thought that the guy from Devilman Crybaby was puking on the roof.
I thought that was puke.
Yeah, you don't have to agree with that one.
Yeah, no, you don't have to agree with that one.
Yeah.
That one you can disagree with. You can also disagree with all of the Marco-Rachel shipping. I'm on your side.
Then make some fucking memes, because...
Yeah.
Okay.
Do something with your life, Tessa. What are you doing right now? Enriching the lives of children with music?
Call out post.
Stupid.
Oh, dang.
Braden,
I mean, I'm not. What do you want me to say?
Braden, where can you subscribe to our show?
Oh, of course you can find us at collectivelegacy.ninja.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's a premium URL.
Collectivelegacy.org. Or, of course, we sow our seeds in many fields, so you can find us wherever fine podcasts are sold.
Well, thank you.
Or distributed. We don't sell ourselves. We're free.
Well, I do sell myself, but it's more of a side thing.
Subscribe to us on Spotify. Subscribe to us on Spotify, please.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah, gimme
Mikhail has a
that.
gun to my head if I don't say it. Please subscribe to us on iTunes.
Yeah. I'm Mikhail, the host.
I'm Braden, the terrifying metaphor for newbie.
And I'm Tessa, the expert.
And I'm Jared, and I don't know what's happening anymore.
And this has been Animorphs, the Dork-Bajir Chronicles.
Hi, hello, welcome to the ad for the show. I'm Mitch, the host of Wank Talk Radio. On this show, I talk to interesting people about interesting things. Do you need to know more than that? Okay, fine. Pretty much we'll talk about whatever my guest is interested in or passionate for. Sometimes it'll be silly, sometimes serious, sometimes a bit of both. Whatever the topic is, hopefully we'll find a way to make you that much more of an expert about it. You can find us at collectivelegacy.org, along with some other equally awesome shows on our network. New episodes of Wank Talk Radio are every Sunday and Thursday, wherever you find your podcasts. Let us know what you think on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Wank Talk Radio. That's WENGH Talk Radio.
Wank Talk Radio.
Brought to you by
Collective Legacy.
a podcast network.